This video is made possible by viewer support on Patreon. Patreon. The content just keeps getting weirder. Josh Wittenkeller and his wife Renee are both professional content creators located in Washington, where they live with their fur children Zoe and Chewy. Each of them have full-time ventures working from home, where they stream, craft, and create YouTube videos. But while their content demands attention, their impressively large play space ended up a little neglected. After moving in 2 years ago, their loft became their VR, board game, and theater room, but overwhelmed by the move and eager to get back to their projects, it never leveled up to its full potential, and wound up turning into an organizational game over.
We've got a mix of Xbox games. There's not even an Xbox up here. I just don't know if I still need all these boxes. There are so many. Some of them we have twice. Do I need Mario Party 7 and Mario Party 7? Maybe not. See, I thought it would be great to play this movie for our golden retriever until I realized that dogs don't watch movies. When we first got this house and had this stupidly large room presented to us, all I could think of was, let's make this the game room. Some of these games do not get played enough, could be traded, could be turned in. Lego models, somehow sandwiching the Chicago Bulls. This is where I put all my cups when I'm done with my stream, that way they're not in the way while I'm streaming, except they have not made their way to the dishwasher. Guitar Hero! I could not tell you it was probably high school. There's so much dust on this. I don't know. How often am I going to wear the Hoppip hat anymore? Wait, this isn't even a Detective Pikachu plush. This is the most generic Pikachu plush I've ever seen, and a Detective Pikachu hat. We have a lot of useless hats in this house, actually. Waluigi hat. I just don't think I need all these hats. Organized bins. Also, absolutely need a better home for the VR. Like, here's the Dreamcast bin. You want to know how many times I played Dreamcast in the last year? Here's N64 and Game Boy Advance games. There's the PlayStation bin. We got bins on bins on bins. I will use maybe one of the cables in this box. And I definitely can tell you that I will never need this Dream Gear wireless PS2 controller ever again. The PS Vita car charger? Why is there a tiny lamp in here? This has got to be the worst bin of them all. Wii steering wheel? Rumble pack? The fucking Wii Zapper? This is a relatively small footprint, but is maybe my biggest nightmare in the game room, because this is where I keep my cables. And some Pokemon cards, apparently.
Thankfully, top-tier organizational expert Tama is here to help. In just 2 days, I'm going to take TheJwittz' game room from transition purgatory to a fully realized board game, VR, and gaming setup. With years of experience taming gaming spaces, there's no room too tough for me to conquer. Alright gamers, let's get this bread.
Yeah, so I noticed that this is a very big open space. What was your initial plan for this room?
So, just game room in general. Like, a place to maybe host a party, place to play board games, watch movies. Just another big thing is I'm a really big VR enthusiast. So this is particularly big. We've got like the sensors up there and there. It's definitely a large room.
So you had the vision. How did it get to this point?
So, is that like your stuff sucks?
Well,
This point, or like
you asked me here to help.
Yes. We got the main stuff down that I really cared about, like the fundamentals. We have a place to play video games. We have a place to play board games. We have a place to play VR. But I think sometimes I just don't know how to polish it or finish it. Like this shelf just kind of accumulates. These bins of cables accumulate.
So this is the game room.
Yes.
So there's games over there. There's games over there. There's games in bins. There's some games over there.
The boxes. Yes.
When you're sitting down with a group of people to play a game, do you often find it hard to find the game that you're looking for?
Sometimes, yeah. Especially if it's like, my friends and I wanted to play Def Jam one day for the GameCube, and I'm like, oh Jesus Christ, where's Def Jam? It's funny too, because I would say only about a quarter of the games that I play are actually in these discs. Most of the time, I'll use something like the Steam Link, which is just pulling from my PC, and that's digital. I either don't need the boxes anymore, or I don't need the games anymore.
Okay. So what parts of this room do work for you right now?
For me, the board game area is definitely my favorite. But one thing I don't like is the chairs. We have four completely different chairs, a folding chair. Like, basically, we came in with the plan of like, oh yeah, we'll get like chairs that maybe match the table someday, and we have not reached someday yet.
I have one last question.
Yes.
So everything in here seems to be gaming related except for this corner. What's going on over here?
TheJwitt's Arts and Crafts Corner. I've been cutting up TCG cards and stacking them and turning them into 3D art. And it's been something that I do for my streams a lot. And because it takes up a lot of space, I usually stream out here. I've sort of taken all of my craft-related stuff and just put them on this table.
Well, I think I've seen all I need to see, so if you're ready, we're gonna haul everything out into a pile and get started.
Okay, let's pile up.
Josh and I set to work emptying every shelf, drawer, nook, and cranny of clutter into one master monster pile on the floor. This way, Josh could see how much stuff was weighing this room down, and we could start making decisions about what to do with all of it in order to move forward with the flip.
So one of the reasons that I think people accumulate so much stuff that they don't want is that getting rid of stuff is difficult. And the reason it's difficult is that not everything just goes in the trash. We don't want to create unnecessary waste. Some of it's reusable, but it takes time to find things new homes.
Yeah, there's a lot of perfectly good games and board games and merch that I just don't want anymore. But I don't want it to fill the void. Somebody could use it, but then it's like, oh, I don't know. Who am I going to donate it to? So we just keep it and it accumulates.
So we're going to make this easy today. Just to get us started, just so we're making some progress, we have simplified it into 3 different categories. We have a pile for trash, toss pile, we have a pile for stuff that's going to get donated or resold, and we have a pile of stuff that we're going to keep. And that way we don't have to make any of those hard decisions right now, we just make the decisions of what's going to stay in this room right now.
So we're doing like macro. Trash, donate, keep, and that's it? Just those 3?
No thinking beyond that. It's not 4D chess. We're just doing the 2D chess.
This is a 2D chess. 1D chess. Just like a Mario Party minigame, basically.
Let's get started.
Let's do it. So for now, we're just doing the 3 piles.
Right.
With WarioWare DIY, it's still in the box. I'm going to keep this box, even though I don't think I'm going to keep this box.
Right.
Exactly.
Just for now.
For now.
It's more the game that you're keeping, not necessarily the packaging.
Exactly.
For some people, if they do have like a lot of games that they want to display,
I know I want to display Senran Kadra Peach Ball. Very passionate.
These can make a nice display. They look nice on a shelf when they're all next to each other and organized by console. But if you're more utilitarian, it does take up a lot of space, and you can consolidate into some kind of other container that'll hold, or like something that's designed, like for example, I think you have one, like one of these.
Yeah.
It's designed to hold games so that it doesn't take up an entire shelf's worth of space. So what do you want to do with plushes?
I think the Whimsicott substitute I'm gonna keep.
Okay.
I think this is a funny display piece, and it's just nicer. That Pikachu, I could not tell you even where I got it. That looks like the most generic Pikachu plush I've ever seen. I think those are ones that could be better used in someone else's home.
Okay.
I'm keeping Ditto. It's my favorite Pokemon. This is the Sleeping
plush.
Cuties or something.
Yeah.
That is soft! You were talking about how there's big emotional value in plushes. I mean, like, so I bought that just because I was like, I own a Golden Retriever. Let's buy a Golden Retriever plush. That said, she's right there.
Yeah.
I think, well, and I have 2. I don't know what the hell I was doing.
Well, that's a good example of trying to make a decision of something that's like really sentimental to you.
Exactly, yeah. Let's keep the smaller one.
Okay.
And I think the larger one is better donated.
Sure. And then
it's not easy. This does hurt a little bit, but
right.
I think she finds the plushes offensive. She feels that they replace her.
Cheap imitation. What about Waluigi?
I'll keep Waluigi for now. Pokemon Dash, more like belongs in the trash. So here's another thing. It's like sentimental value. I'm a huge Chicago Bulls fan, and I got these when these were all active players. Joakim Noah, Carlos Boozer, Derrick Rose. None of these players play on the Bulls anymore. I just don't think I'm going to be an NBA memorabilia collector in this form. It's just tough because like when I see these, I remember, you know, like, oh, I love this team. These are great. I just think they're probably in a better home.
So about the hats.
Okay. I just don't view myself as a detective by trade. I'm good donating those. The Hobbit hat, I know someone who would get a lot of love out of that. I love Hobbit, it's my mascot. I just don't know if I'm going to wear the Hobbit hat again.
Here's another World's Play mat that hasn't been opened.
Put that in the donate. Okay, I need to build that. I talked about this with Renee, and I think we are ready to part with that phase of our life. We're not getting the band together anymore like it was 2006. Anybody watching this? If you want the World Championships 2014 double-sided playmat, I want to say there are only 3, maybe 5 of these that exist in the world.
Whoa.
Hit me up. So this was my first ever playmat. I actually drew all of these. It's pretty gross. I never sold this though because I was too afraid of getting hit by copyright back in 2009.
Oh, no one would have cared back then.
But then I've got, if you watch my old profit videos, I did so many videos on these. The Ultra Ball mat and the Great Ball mat. Both of these look like I used them as toilet paper at some point. The white half at the bottom, I don't think they've been used in over 7 years.
Do you want
Almost Snow Angel.
So, we've made a lot of progress.
We have.
How's it been for you?
Pretty fun, honestly. Like, it's just, like, it's almost video game-like. Like, it's just, oh, pick up this thing, put it in pile 1, put it in pile 2, put it in pile 3. It just feels good, like, seeing, like, how much stuff even, like, that pile is just straight up
That's trash.
trash.
Easy to remove.
We have an almost equally big pile of things that are going to be donated to, some of them to my local card shop for their game nights, and everything else I'm excited to like micro-organize back so that it's in a more accessible place.
Right. What do you think will be the hardest still to do?
Cables for sure. Like the game, this cluster right here, everything that looks like this is just, it's just a web of lies and deceit, and it scares me.
Well, now might be a good time to show you. Do you know the proper way to fold, or I say fold, store cables? I don't know, maybe fold them.
The best thing I've done is I own Velcro ties, and I'll just tie them after folding them over a bunch, but I have no idea.
Wrap it really loosely around your hand, starting at the bigger end, until you have about that much left. Then you pinch it in the middle, wrap it around again, and then just tuck this end into the loop. And it's really easy to undo. You just pop it off and pull it apart.
What?
So that's a good way to store it so it doesn't get tangled.
What
And
are these
it'll
hacks?
keep it
I've never
from,
seen that hack before.
It's not the neatest it could possibly be done, but it'll keep it from deteriorating faster.
In like this loop itself, like
The loop that you created, like that, yes.
look at that. Ain't she a beaut?
And it's really easy to
And if I
undo.
want to undo it, I would, but I almost don't want to because I've already done it.
Looks really nice.
Hey kids, did you know that I have merch again? That's right, after 10,000 years, I'm finally selling designs again on my TeePublic store. You know how you can't post anything about Pokemon without it devolving into an argument about which gen is the best? Well, now you can just wear your opinion on your sleeve, or chest, and show the world where you stand. Gen 1er? We got you. Hoenn baby? Me too, kid. Sinnoh-fetus? You can even put a Sinnoh-fetus onesie on your fetus. We've got stickers, mugs, phone cases, buttons, pillows, you name it. These designs come in all sorts of styles. We also have some more one-off shitposted designs and Sword and Shield starter jerseys. There's even some merch with my dumb face on it. Prices vary by style and item, and we have monthly 30% off sales. So head on over to tpublic.com/TamashiiHiroka to order yours today.
Alright, it is now the next day. We have finally finished sorting.
It was a long night.
It was.
A fun night, but it was long.
Right, so we have our 3 piles, our toss, our donate, and our keep. How do you feel about the size of each pile?
So, like, right off the bat, keep does look a little intimidating because it's so big. This is the Scrooge McDuckest pile. I could still jump into this and swim in it.
And although it looks like a lot of it is stuff that already had adequate storage in the room.
Yes, yeah, a lot of these, a majority of this pile is going back into the board game shelves. Donate I feel pretty good about. I think this one was maybe the hardest for me because most items in Donate are items that I know are good enough to be used. I feel good there. I feel great about the trash. Dump it all. That is a humongous pile. This is a lot of stuff. And it's all gone from my life and I never want to see it again. And I feel fantastic about it.
And the nice part about getting rid of and deciding to part with so many things is that now you can grow your collection of board games that you actually want to play. Alright, so the next step is to start moving the things that we don't want out of the room. We'll box up our donate and toss our toss and relocate the relocate.
Sounds good.
Let's get to it.
Next, we packed up all the donate items into boxes to make them easier to transport to their new homes at the thrift store, game shop, and friends' homes. We quickly broke down the garbage into what we could recycle and what could be thrown out, and we moved items that belonged in other rooms to their rightful place in the house. After a couple of inexpensive trips to IKEA and Walmart, we had some new storage solutions ready to go for the finished room. A matching set of chairs for a more put-together tabletop space, and nice new glass display shelves for the coveted Star Wars Lego pieces. Finally, it was time to kick Josh out, while Renee and I put back and organized the remaining items for the big reveal.
Okay, I think we're about there. Good.
Oh man.
Alright, open your eyes.
Let me put my glasses on too. Oh my god! Nothing. It's so clean. Oh my god. I feel terrible that you had to dust this. And these shelves.
Okay. When you're ready to play.
Oh man.
Controller and virtual listeners.
And it's just controllers, it's not like.
Just controllers.
It's not a cable dump.
Not a cable dump. So when you want to get a cable.
Oh.
In this nice little box.
Did you consolidate it down to one bin?
One bin, and every single one of these is
You did your thing.
wrapped up in a way that so that none of them will get tangled.
God, we had like 3 bins full of useless cables. What's in those now, actually, I wonder?
Yeah.
Or, let's find out.
So that bin is,
Cables. Yeah.
as we were sorting, we came across a bunch of items that were like, these are projects I want to do at some point. So that bin is just projects that you're working on.
Oh, perfect. It's gonna like, it's gonna take a second. Like every time I walk into this room, I'm gonna be like, oh man, this is here. Somehow, you made my VR space even bigger, which I didn't think was possible. I've got like space, like Sound of Music space now. So like looking back at that pile, I can't even fully wrap my head around between the keep, throwaway, and donate piles. There were just piles of game boxes everywhere. I don't even want to know in like cubic feet how much we just condensed. This is like, we just win-zipped life.
Yeah.
We 7-zipped life. I don't, what's the highest compression? We RAR'd it?
WinRAR.
WinRAR, baby.
When we first got here, this room was overstuffed with unwanted board games, mysterious unknown cables, and just general clutter. Now, just 2 days later, it's a relaxing and inviting space to host game nights and enjoy as a family. With Josh's DDR mat relocated to his new and improved garage battle station, decluttered and tangle-free cable and controller storage, and new storage and seating solutions implemented for their tabletop setup, they have plenty of room to keep improving in the future with their plans for a home theater. And of course, lots more unrestricted space for their HTC Vive. This room was trapped in the chaotic move of 2017, but now we've given it an extra life and fully taken it into 2020. What disaster rooms will Tama transform next? Find out next time on Extreme Gaming Room Makeover.